Hey, Pisces, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your March 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Pisces, there's something coming to an end here for you. I feel like you're sealing the deal, and I'm getting here new contracts as well. And I'm hearing the name Pam. Pam or Pamela could be significant, but you do have here the coffin card. And I feel like there's been some sort of an ending, a job change, or financial difficulties where you are nailing something to the coffin. So I feel like you're closing a very significant chapter of your career, and you're moving onward is what I get here, because you have the book card. This is lessons as well. And look at that. We even see the word contract. So new contracts here. This is more than just business and career contracts. This is soul contracts. So when you have the coffin card, this is something that is buried. And I feel like you are burying the hatchet here, or you could have ended a position. You could have ended an old way of thinking that may have been stuck in limiting or poverty conscious mindset, or maybe there was some sort of difficult or challenging or bad investment that was brought about in the past. But I feel like you're making moves. There's something you're learning about here in a big way with the book card, because this is about contracts, learning as you go. Some of you, it has to do with finally closing a case. Maybe you are dealing with law or legalities. Okay. I mean, career here, it could be that you are an educator of some sort. There could have been something that was shut down, but I feel like you have the experience, you have the knowledge to turn what you've learned into wisdom. And I feel like a new chapter is opening for you. I'm not afraid to see this coffin card, because I feel like, again, it's like nailing something down, and I feel like you're putting a close to it here. If you've been dealing with it for quite some time, especially with the turtle, maybe you've been looking for a job for quite some time, or perhaps you've been in a position where it's been slow, but steady, but you've been wanting to move or relocate or retire or grow or expand your business. I feel like that's what you are closing the chapter on. Okay. So some of you could even be authors, writers, publishers. You may be travelers of some sort, maybe in the real estate business, in the education system here, law, or in the legal system, a police officer, a lawyer, some sort of help, because I'm getting SOS. So you could be very helpful, or in a position where you wear some sort of badge or duty or armor, something of that nature. But I see also with this coffin card, some of you could even work in the morgue, or work with people who are end of life, okay? Or you're shifting your perspective in a very big way. I also get history, okay? Something with history or geography. A lot of you are moving, you're traveling, or you're taking something to the next level. Now, bottom of the deck here, we do have the feather card. This is my Aquarian energy, and we are full blown entering into the age of Aquarius. We're going to see a lot of shifts and a lot of changes, but this is about abundance, divine intervention. That's what you're closing the chapter to here, Pisces, is any distractions, limitations, or beliefs that have held you back, or even jobs that have felt like they've held you back, but there really was teachable moments. That's why you have the book card here as well. Now, the feather also does bring about travel. It says travel on here as well. So I do sense that a lot of you are either relocating, moving departments, moving offices. You could be taking a trip and maybe working from that trip as well. I see here that there could be some sort of unexpected income that does show up for you, but you're going to be fine. Whether this is a surplus, maybe it's more money owed. Perhaps you have an expense on a vehicle. Okay, this could be a medical bill as well. But again, I feel like you'll have enough to cover this expense, or you'll be able to cover it last minute. It's almost like I see the deadline card here, and I feel like you're going to make the deadline, but just be mindful of your spending. Yeah, some of you were terminated from a job, or maybe you were the one that had to terminate an employee as well, because you do have here, let's see, the job loss and termination of employment. So some of you may have even felt like you've missed out on an opportunity, but rejection is protection. And so that's why you may be closing the door on a job that you thought you had in the bag, right? But you find out that in fact they moved on, they hired someone else, or maybe that boss that told you you were going to get that promotion gave it to someone else. But there is a new opportunity coming in for you, one that's more aligned with what you want here, Pisces, one that may have to do with, again, travel, or even stepping outside of your comfort zone, because sometimes we stay in our comfort zone out of fear, right? Or we feel like it's safer to stay where we're at, but you're meant to grow. You're meant to shine. You have a lot of skills. I feel like you're going back to the drawing board here, especially with the Page of Wands showing up. Look at that. Another card of justice. Some of you are dealing with maybe HR, human resources, or a matter that was unethical. And I do have to tell you, before your reading, I lit an incense, and you can probably see it smoking. You're probably wondering, Melissa, why are your plants smoking? There's an incense back there because I did feel this energy of clearing the environment. It is about a fresh start, or some sort of maybe negative or stagnant energy for you. Look at that Judgment card here. Okay, and Queen of Cups. So let's dive in. All right, so we see the turtle. This is steady progress. Some of you may have moved for work. Maybe you've been in a situation for a long time looking to finally rid yourself or free yourself of it because it's become a little bit stagnant. Some of you were, again, dealing with a situation that felt very imbalanced and it felt one-sided. That's why you have the book card, because maybe some of you decided to open up, apply for new positions, go back to school, get a certification, learn more about your craft, or maybe altogether start something entirely different. Okay, but you realize that you have experience, or you have knowledge available to you at the tip of your fingers, right? Anywhere you want to go in this world, I feel like you have the ability to learn and to take the steps to do what you want, right? So you are opening yourself up to discovery here with the book. And because you're opening yourself up to discovery, this could even be learning some new laws, learning procedures, learning about maybe business or business rules or business taxes here I'm getting as well, or learning about something actually builds your confidence more, and self-worth equals net worth. So the more that you feel like you are worthy, and the more that you manifest that energy or put it out there, the more you'll see yourself attract it. I also see here that you are learning something new, but I also feel like it's been a long time coming. Maybe you're going back to school after maybe putting something aside or on the back burner for 10 years. Maybe you started this class, but you're picking it up again, right? Or maybe there was a workshop or something you've always wanted to teach, but life happened and you had to put it on the back burner. There's something you're revisiting that maybe you've closed the door on. Now, pay attention to your spending, Pisces, because some of you may have been caught in a cycle of overspending in the past. I also see here that it's important not to go too far above again, they're giving me the deadline. So either a deadline or a price point. So for example, let's say you want to buy a home or want to buy a car, and let's say your price point is a certain range. try not to go too far above that, because I feel like you may find something, or that you could be tempted to go over your budget, but it could spiral you and put you back in a position where you don't want to be in. So just be mindful of your spending is the message I'm getting here, because there could be some unexpected expenses that do show up, and you want to make sure that you can cover them, which I feel like you will, as long as you're mindful and you do your research and your due diligence. We have something that may have been denied to you. Now this says loan denied, but I also get here that you are able to negotiate or have negotiated a new offer. Something was denied to you to actually protect you. And even though it may not have felt that way at the time, there's some new offers and new negotiations. I also see that you can get a better deal. So if you are doing your research, as mentioned, and we're going to use that example of either a car or a home, I feel like you actually are able to price shop or do some comparing, and I feel like you'll come out better if you go with the savers plan or some sort of incentive to save here, because you have the sale showing up. Some of you may even need some new business attire, some new dress clothes, some new dress shoes. You may need to get some office equipment. That could be part of the unexpected expenses. Maybe this is a new laptop or a new, phone or camera or lighting system or whatever it is that you need. Maybe it could even be a chair, because they're giving me like a chair, a roller chair. Some of you may have even had a roller on your chair come off, or maybe you need a new one because it's not comfortable anymore. But I feel like there could just be some expenses that show up for you, but you're going to be okay. Now, in the middle of your reading here, the main energy is the Two of Cups. This is about partnerships. This is about balanced partnerships here, ones that align with your energy, whether you are a business owner and you're attracting new target market, new clients, whether you are looking to increase your value with a specific company or business or organization. This is happening for you this month with the Two of Cups. This is the energy here of law of attraction, right? Very important partnerships coming to bring you a sense of emotional and financial security, okay? Because cups is emotional fulfillment as well. So you might clink your glasses this month to some sort of contractual agreement. I feel like you've been working really hard on something. It's like a lawyer, right? Working very hard on a case for months and months and months, sometimes years, and then finally being able to nail something down, right? Being able to have a big win. That's kind of the energy I get here. And you're going to clink your glasses and realize that there was a partnership or is a partnership that you're able to celebrate. And it may have been difficult for you with the Justice, but I feel like you come out on top. Now, Pisces, you do have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is a lucky twist of fate, but because it's crossing your energy, there could have been, or there may be, some unforeseen challenges. Now, what these unforeseen challenges are with the Wheel of Fortune is possibly a repetitive cycle that may show up for you, but because you have some sort of knowledge or resources here or rules in place, I feel like you're going to be okay. Okay, that's part of the rules. Someone may not have been honest with you about something up front. Okay, for example, maybe you got hired on thinking that at 90 days you were going to get that raise, or they told you that they wanted to make you lead manager, or there's just an energy here of being promised something that may have fell short. Okay, it may have felt short or fell short, and I feel like there could have been some unforeseen challenges, but fate is working its hands of magic here, okay? This is the card of destiny. It is the card of fortune. Although you may feel at times like you haven't quite stepped through this portal, the good news is it's here. It's in your energy. And you can see around this door, it looks like a barren field, and it looks like storm clouds are in the air. It looks kind of murky and dark. And I feel just around the corner here, possibly even into May, because we do see some sort of accomplishment here, some sort of win showing up for you. I feel like that wheel of fate is turning, is spinning in your favor, as long as you've learned the lesson that your soul came here to learn. right? And so many times we ask, why are we repeating this cycle? Why am I still stuck in this never-ending cycle? And it's part of lessons that may be unfinished or unlearned, or perhaps a piece of karma, right? Wheel of Fortune can even at times bring in that karmic cycle, but this is a big turning point in your life, something that you've been waiting for or working hard towards for quite some time. Some of you may even have an exam coming up, or you may be wrapping up some sort of diploma, some sort of degree, some sort of certification. And it may be to help others or bring balance to your life or bring balance to the planet, right? What's below you here, Pisces, is the King of Wands. Whew, this is beautiful energy. This is you being dependable, which you are. This is very goal-oriented energy. The King of Wands, he's a business owner. He takes charge of his destiny. There's no holding back here with the King of Wands. He could be an entrepreneur. He may even be a leader, very successful, spiritually minded, as well as maybe an excellent motivational speaker, right? What he has to say, people listen. He may have some wonderful stories about the places that he's been and the people that he's met. He may be very cultural. He may speak many languages. He may be familiar with the city life, okay? But I feel like you here, you are a person who people go to because they can depend on you. And I feel like you've been hard on yourself, Pisces. You've pushed yourself to the max at times. But I feel like it was to try to manifest your dreams, right? Whatever those are for you. Now we have here in the recent past the Page of Wands. There's something that you may have had to go back to the drawing board again and plan, okay? Because this is the card of rapid fire planning. The Page of Wands, when he gets an idea, he doesn't wait on it, right? He says, I'm going to get this done. I want to put this out there. And so if you were procrastinating in the past, now is your time to bring something back to life, possibly with the coffin. Or it is time for you to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what new business plan can I create, or what new perspective can I take a twist on this that maybe I was missing in the past? So Page of Wands showing up here is no longer procrastinating, taking action on a situation, because again, you're the King of Wands here, but there's a new idea that you have that could take you one step closer to your dreams, or there is a new opportunity, a new job offer, or a new job search. Okay, and I feel like there is going to be some sort of negotiation coming in here. Maybe even a home search. Or you could be on the telephone. You could be communicating with someone around some sort of expense. Okay, I do see that happening. Maybe it's medical. Maybe it's vehicle. Maybe it's the legal system due to being unemployed. Okay, maybe it's the unemployment system. But I feel like communication is allowing you to finally take action after a prolonged delay. Now, what's coming in is fair judgments, fair rulings, justice. All right, justice is karma. It's balance. It's one of the laws of the universe, right? What you for every action, there's a reaction. And for everything you put out there, good or bad, you're going to get it back, right? And you can see that she's blindfold, but that's okay because she's the all-knowing. And even if you can't quite see the karma, you're definitely going to get it at some point or the other. And I feel like you've been putting in so much good that in hard work, for some of you, your blood, sweat, and tears, there will be some sort of payout here, some sort of fair judgment happening, equality, fairness, truth. Yes, a fair judgment, because something felt imbalanced, something felt unjust, or it just felt like maybe someone wasn't telling you the whole truth. But this is the truth coming out, or this is about, being able to cut through, because you can see that justice, she's Libran energy. She holds that sword, right? Queen of Swords. She holds that sword and she cuts through the proof to the proof. And something you weren't quite able to see is coming in for you. That's going to bring balance. What's showing up in the near future? A lot of movement, a lot of action. Knight of Swords energy showing up is an unstoppable force. So I feel through closing this chapter, whatever this was in your career, right? An old way of thinking, maybe actually walking away from a job or something you had been dealing with for quite some time. I also see some of you, this does have to do with death or an inheritance or dealing with maybe a loved one or a family member. For some of you, it has been a very significant, challenging loss of a loved one. I feel like you are now able to kind of move forward here in the best way possible. And there's something that you are making a major decision on, something you're learning, something that finally allows you to come out of a comfort zone or come out of some sort of stagnancy that you've been in. Okay, beautiful energy here. Even though the Knight of Swords, he can sometimes come across as impulsive, but I feel like Pisces, you like to weigh up your options. You like to look at the pros and cons. You like to plan, which we see that you've already done this in the past. So people may look at you and say, wow, Pisces, that seems very impulsive. Are you sure you want to move across the world? Are you sure you want to leave this line of work and build your own business, right? Or are you sure you want to do A, B, or C? Don't let other people talk you out of your dream, because only you know what your dreams are and what you are capable of. And right now, you're unstoppable. I love this. Okay, what's going on in your world? How are you feeling? Well, you're feeling victorious, Pisces. I also just heard Victoria. At the same time, I said victory. So maybe your name is Victoria, or maybe Victoria is a place that you live, okay, or visiting. Please take that as it resonates. But the Nine of Coins is creating a life that you love, Pisces, a life that brings in abundance, right? Nine of Pentacles is individual achievement, material wealth, it's safety. It is a life where you don't have to rely on anyone else, because you are building a life that you can rely on yourself and be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Right? Nine of Pentacles is also being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. A lot of times in tarot, you'll see a woman leaning back in a lawn chair, right, eating her grapes, because the grapes have grown and they're ripe for the picking and she's enjoying them. And that's important in your life as well, is to enjoy the fruits of your hard work, because there have been achievements in the past that weren't as gratifying, right, as some sort of achievement that's coming in the present or the near future. So kudos to you. You're celebrating some sort of achievement or win. Now, what's going on in your environment is you're healing. You're recovering from a sense of loss, a sense of rejection. 5 of Cups in reverse is you've allowed yourself to maybe grieve. You've allowed yourself to go through this period, this transformational period of loss. Maybe it's been years, right? Maybe it's been financial challenges for quite some time, maybe since, 2020 or before. But what you're saying now is, I've allowed myself that time, or I went through that dark period emotionally, financially, physically, even though this is emotion. But I feel like you're finally coming to the place where you're able to look in the rear view mirror instead of it being a primary focus, right, in your vision. I feel like now you're able to kind of look back on it and say, yes, that was a very difficult time, but now your eyes are set to the future. Your eyes are set to what's right in front of you. And there is a new opportunity that is coming in that will bring a lot more balance. Now, showing up in your hopes and fears, Pisces, you do have the Judgment card here. Look at that. It's an earned reward. It's showing up in the positive aspect as well, the upright. And this is more of an earned reward, where in the past, it felt like you were manifesting negative consequences, right? Again, karma. Look at her necklace, Karma, right? So some sort of experience that your soul needed to learn some lessons on. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's challenging sometimes when we go through that. And sometimes karma is not always bad. And I feel like this Judgment energy is about letting go of regrets, letting go of self-judgment, self-criticism. It's healing the wounds of the past. It's forgiving yourself for what you did not know. And it's a major rite of passage. And here is the passage with the Wheel of Fortune. So fortune, destiny, fate are all playing a hand in this, right? It's not that you've been struck down and picked out of a lineup for you to be doomed and gloomed, right? This is about you learning and evolving. And I feel like you're going to come back. And one of my favorite sayings is the comeback is stronger than the setback. So even if this is a setback that's been going on for 10 years, your comeback is going to be all the, the difference. It's going to make all the difference here for you. And I feel like you've matured. You've evolved from a situation. You deserve this reward. And some of you question whether this was ever going to happen for you. Yes, it is. Queen of Cups is your outcome. This is you. This is your energy, water, right? I feel like February and March for you, which happy birthday Pisces, right? This is a very big time for you to take a look and ask yourself, am I on the path that I want to continue moving down? And we tend to do a lot of soul searching around our birthdays, around our birth months. And we do a reflection period of how far, we've come and where we want to go this next trip around the sun, right? Do we have lessons that we need to go back and learn? Is there things that we can shut the door on? In this case, some of you are nailing the hammer in the coffin or nailing down something, right? There's some new contractual agreements showing up for you, but this is about trusting your intuition. It's about leaning into the heart and having that compassion for yourself and others and the world, but not comparing, because this can be intuitive comparison as well. And it can be second guessing your own intuition. It can be taking things too personally. It can be an overabundance of emotions. And I feel like that could be what you are bringing into balance as well, is again, that Five of Cups, some sort of loss that may have left you feeling all over in your emotions, Pisces. But the Queen of Cups is a nurturer. She's a healer. She could be a nurse. She could be a psychic, a tarot reader, someone who is in the caring, nurturing, or healing profession. Or this could be a big part of your personal life, even if professionally that's not what you do. Doesn't matter if you're female or male, but I feel like this is a time for you to fill your own cup. And you can see that she's holding on to her cup there. And with this Queen of Cups, you are someone who's very empathetic and you can empathize, but sometimes at the expense of your own self. And I feel like this is your time to shine. This next phase, this next trip around the sun for you, Pisces, is all about what fills your cup emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially as well. I like this for you. All right, let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have, please, for Pisces? Wow. Okay, these two came out at the same time, as you could see. And this is so interesting because look at this. You have a fork in the road. There's some sort of decision, yes, that's going to be made. Now, I'm not sure if this is a decision that you are making or if it's something external that comes in. So it could be an offer. It's card 13 in tarot. That's the death card, and we see the coffin showing up. So yeah, I feel like it's important to choose a direction and trust your intuition. Don't second guess it. Trust that your heart is leading the way. Of course, we use our mind, our intellect, our logical and rational thinking, but don't let any limiting beliefs or experiences of the past come in and tell you that's not going to work or don't go for that, right? Don't let those limitations hold you back, because if you trust your intuition, what do you have right behind it is Treasure Island. It's also card 9. And that's that 9 of Pentacles energy that we've seen earlier as well. So yes, you may be at a crossroads at this time, but I feel if you do trust your intuition, as mentioned, this is what's coming in for you. The law of attraction, bringing dreams into fruition. The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance is appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. And the prosperity message for you, Pisces, is this. At this time, you can be confident that success is yours. So this comes after the fork in the road, after some sort of ending or rejection, right? Because we have the Justice. It's still coming in here. So if you follow your heart, if you trust your intuition as well, this is what's in store. This is a true manifestation period where you will see evidence of the seeds of your prosperity you've planted in the past. The appearance of this card in a reading indicates that your dreams and aspirations align with concrete signs of prosperity in the world of form. This is a very auspicious and fortunate time for business. Creative projects will flourish as inspiration strikes. Share your wealth with others too. Generosity and gratitude should lead you now. Yes, they should. Because you're at a crossroads, this is why I feel like you are at a crossroads. I'm going to read to you the protection message of Treasure Island. This is one of the best cards in the entire deck. This is like the Sun and the Empress manifest times 10 in tarot, right? This is a beautiful energy of the treasure here. But you also have the turtle. Look at this. You have the same turtle, the sea turtle, showing up in both these cards. How ironic, right? So I feel like this is, yeah, steady progress and certainly movement coming in here. It's also portrayed by water, your element, and the protection message is this, and that this could be what kind of holds you back from making a decision. Poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough casts a shadow on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible that you've been caught in a fear that you will lose what you have acquired, so you hold on so tight that you miss the opportunities to expand? You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from a perception of limitations to a perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. There's your door. Wheel of Fortune. It's crossing your path. There's a fork in the road this month. So if there are any limitations, as we talked about earlier in your reading as well, whether that is poverty consciousness, whether it is lack of, not enough, or again, fear of success is a real thing, because we do fear. If we allow ourselves to climb, to grow, to open ourselves up and be vulnerable and to enjoy happiness for just a moment, that we could get sucker punched and lose everything, right? And that's a big message here with the Treasure Island. And I feel that you're going to choose the path that is in your highest good. This is exciting for you. All right, Pisces, let's get a few messages from your spirit guides, your spirit animals. Now at this time, I just ask, if you can, please close your eyes, Pisces. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Hold it as long as you can and exhale with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. Now I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. It could be an animal that flies high in the sky. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. Perhaps it's a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, or maybe one that you have at your home currently. Maybe your animal has crossed your path in the great outdoors, or maybe even visited through your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer, Pisces. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of each month, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video, and make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, Pisces, Your power animals. I love them. They're very different from a lot of the other signs. They're very spread out here as well. So we have 56. Some of you could be 56. You could be 43. Perhaps you're born on the 27th, the 6th, or the 22nd. First card out here, we have Spider. Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. Make your dreams, turn them into reality. You've already started to weave, right? You've already started to weave. Now it's time for you to catch, right? It's time for that 9 of Pentacles. It's time for you to reap the rewards of your hard work. So make those dreams a reality. Even if you feel like you're at a crossroads here, the treasure island awaits you. You have Dragonfly. Truth transcends illusion. There's a whole lot of truth in this reading here. And like we said with that Justice, right? Justice sees all, she knows all. She's all about the truth, right? So I feel like there is going to be a truth that shows up here that is going to transcend, like it says here, through any sort of illusion, facade, or fogginess. Because what we also see here is owl. And it says you can see clearly now. Right? Yeah. So there's something that you may not have been able to see, or perhaps you were unsure why something happened the way it did. Well, March is going to be the month that gives you that concrete evidence of why something happened, or why it was hidden, or it is coming to light, as we mentioned, but you're able to see things with much more clarity than maybe you have in the past. Card 43. You have Beaver. Beaver card 6 says, lay a solid foundation. You've laid a solid foundation for yourself. Now keep building upon it, right? We don't want to have you give up right before you put the roof on, right? Or before you start to lay down some sort of, add the windows to your place, right? This is symbolic for continuing to build. Don't leave something unfinished, because I feel like you're really close to wrapping up a really beautiful project that you're able to enjoy, or heading to the next tier of your career, heading to the next level of a promotion. So continue laying foundations. It's not just the one. There's going to be many as you move along, and make sure you're enjoying it along the way. Even if you're putting some hard work into it, make sure you're stopping and acknowledging how far you've come, Pisces, and paying attention to your wonders, your creations. And lastly here with Fox, it says, think on your feet, card 27. Yeah, it's using your mind wisely, but trusting your intuitive hunches. Okay, and that's what we see here with the Knight of Swords. You're an unstoppable force, and I feel like you will be required to think on your feet this month as well, because the energy may be quick moving. I mean, Knight of Swords, second fastest moving energy. It is a very decide now, right? So you may have to jump on an idea, or put in an offer, or negotiate a contract quite quickly. Of course, you don't want to be impulsive on it, but don't wait around forever, because an opportunity could pass you by. All right, last but not least, let's get a message around what your soul wants you to know at this time, and action steps that you can take to help you align with those dreams that we see all over your reading here. So what do we need to know? Okay, beautiful. We have, how can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today, and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. And we literally said that earlier. Whatever outcome whatever choice or whatever happens is in your highest good here. Remind yourself, this is your soul action, Pisces. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Beautiful. Yeah, flexibility, getting out of your head and into your body more. And then, because we end up on that Queen of Cups, I love this one. Name all the things that you love, Pisces. Are you one of them? Today's mantra, I give myself all the love and attention I need. That is your final message. Name all the things you love. Make sure you are number one on that list, Pisces, because you deserve great things. And it's important for you to start building upon your dreams. Start to tune into the portal of your heart, because you're a giver. You're a lover. You want everyone else to be happy and comfortable around you. But it's important that you give yourself that same love and attention and nurturing that you dish out to others. Thank you so much for tuning in, Pisces. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. It certainly helps the growth of the channel, which I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Please do drop your power animals in the comment section below, and be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. Thank you so very much, Pisces, for tuning in today. Lots of love.